Hi everybody, welcome to Simply Scuba. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a closer look at the Atomic Aquatics SS1 Inflator regulator. So this is kind of a hybrid between the two. This is basically an inflator that fits to virtually any BCD, which I'll mention later, but it has a second stage, basically an octo built into it. So that means that you almost don't need to bring an octo with you, which can greatly save the weight, the number of hoses that are on your regulator, because you effectively have an octo right next to you that you can switch to, and then your buddy can switch to your primary. Yeah, very clever, very intuitive, very easy to use. Let's take a closer look. Okay, so let's take a look and see what you actually get at your front door. So this is the box that it comes in, a sensible cardboard box. Not a great deal of information on the outside, but then on the inside, so this is the SS1. I'm just going to take that out and put it to one side because there is more goodies underneath. If we lift this section here, you get a rubber hose to connect to it. You get some adapters and a book of words, and it looks like a sticker. Yeah, so warranty, registration card, and a Atomic Aquatics sticker. So first of all, looking at the accessories, so the hose itself, pretty standard length inflator hose, and this is going to be attached onto the inflator. So you need this special connector to allow for a greater amount of airflow. Because this effectively has a second stage built into it, you need that airflow to allow that amount of airflow to be able to breathe through it, that you don't get through a standard inflator. So you need that to connect to your BCD. And then the other bits and bobs. So inside of here, we have two cable ties to attach to the corrugated hose. You get some metal pins of 3 different lengths. So this is going to be for if you have a pull dump in your corrugated hose over your left-hand shoulder. There'll often be like a stainless steel cable on the inside of that corrugated tube. At the bottom of that stainless steel cable will be a small loop, and then you use a metal bar like this to attach it onto this. You might be able to see a hole just in here. So you push that bar through there, and that holds onto the bottom of that cable, and that just allows, when you pull that inflator down over your left-hand shoulder, to pull on that cable and open up that valve over your left-hand shoulder. So that's what those are there for. You get 3 different sizes because you have 3 different adapters, because not all corrugated hoses are the same diameter or same caliber, so they come in a few different sizes, the largest of which comes fitted to the SS1. So you can see here you have 3 different sizes, so that depends on the size of the corrugated hose that you're using, and they're all going to have these little sort of holes all the way through, so you can attach that bar. And then you have this collar. So this is attaching onto the screw thread that's actually on the corrugated hose, and that will just pop on like so. So then you can attach the SS1 and then remove it as you need it to. So these all have an O-ring just around them, just to seal it, stop the gas from escaping. But that just means that you can fit the SS1 to virtually any BCD just by using the correct adapter that comes with it. So let's take a closer look at the SS1 itself. Okay, so taking a look at the SS1 itself. So as far as a safe second, so an inflator with a second stage in it, definitely has good aesthetics to it. Atomic Aquatics are very good at making things that look good and stylish. It definitely has a flair to it. Big purge valve on the end, and then the inflation valve closer towards the inflator. Decent mouthpiece on it as well, and the purge button, that kind of solid sorry, not solid, it's all flexible, but the whole thing is flexible. Purge button on the end, so yeah, it's a sensible size. Now, attaching it onto onto its hose. So retract the collar and then give it a good push because it's pressurized. So inflating it, this might be a little loud. It definitely has a nice feel to it, very responsive and very easy to kind of locate it, even sort of when you're not looking. And big chunky buttons just means even if you have big gloves on, it's still quick and easy to find. And then to deflate, a nice spring on that, nice action, and not very much wiggle. As far as breathing from it, it's actually a nice breathe. Normally they put a very basic second stage design on the inside, but typical Atomic Aquatics, they make it very, very premium. So a nice action, nice and smooth breathe on that, and a decent purge on it as well. So yeah, all in all, very, very nice. Okay, so that was the Atomic Aquatics SS1 titanium second stage sort of alternate air source. It's one of those kind of clever designs that most people don't really think of, but it definitely makes sense because it means that you can have an alternate air source attached to your BCD so that you can either have an incredibly lightweight regulator setup in that you only need your BCD inflator hose to be your octo as well. You don't need a second stage because you have one built into your BCD effectively. And yeah, very easy to use, nice styling, very nice performance as well. It's very typical of Atomic Aquatics to almost go overboard on the design. Instead of just retrofitting a second stage design into an inflator, they effectively designed one specifically for this to have almost better performance than a lot of other people's standard octos. So yeah, you can do a lot worse, and because it has that universal sort of attachment point, you can fit it to any BCD. Doesn't really have to be Atomic Aquatics, it could be any other brands, and because you have that quick unscrew release mechanism, it means that you can take this off, you can clean that properly or store it properly, do whatever you want with it. You can wash out the inside of your BCD very easy. Yeah, it's very, very clever. I definitely like it. It's definitely worth checking out. There's going to be more information on our website, simplyscuba.com. There'll be a link to it down in the description below. Thank you for watching, and of course, safe diving.